Hello and welcome to Simple Watch Talks. My name is Mosti and today I will build a titanium GMT pilot watch and I'm excited to bring you along. A GMT watch can display at least 2 time zones and this here is the Seiko NH34. If you are interested in building this watch, you can find links to all parts and tools used here in the video description. Because this watch has a crown in the 4 o'clock position, we need to cut the correct feet. The ones I'm showing right here are the ones you must keep to have the correct fit. If you happen to cut the wrong feet, you can just cut all of them and then use some dial dots to stick the dial to the movement. You can use either tweezers or pliers to remove the dial feet. It does take off most of the material, but not all of it. You need to file the rest to have the dial sitting flush on top of the movement. Here I am using an air blower to blow away any remaining dust or debris. The dial will go on top of the movement, and I don't want any of those metal filings near it. These NH34s are quite pricey as it is, so it will suck to break one of these. Before I install the dial, I put on this dial washer, or at least I try to, if it just stops jumping off. I have no idea why this washer is needed, no one seems to agree on what it does exactly, but if you do, please let me know by leaving a comment. As I made the correct cuts and filed all the extra material, I just put the dial on top of the movement and push it down. I still check for any gaps as those are not ideal for a well-functioning watch. Next, I need to install the watch hands. I pull the crown to the second position, rotate the crown clockwise, and stop as soon as the date switches. What this does is make sure the watch will always switch the date when it's midnight plus or minus 5 minutes. The hands are installed in this order: GMT hand, which is the black hand with a yellow tip, then the hour hand, slightly bigger, minute hand, similar to the hour hand but taller, and lastly the second hand, which resembles a needle. The plan is to line up the hands with the pinion using Rodico or tweezers, and then pushing them down using hand pushers. It's important to check for clearance between all the hands, ideally just after you install each individual hand. Hands rubbing against each other can degrade the finish on the hands and dial, as well as hinder the entire operation of the watch. If I did everything well up to this point, I should have a fully functioning watch, at least the insides of it. I make sure to test hand clearance, date quick set, and GMT hand operation. It all checks out, so happy times. So let's give it a cleanup. This light blue material is Rodico, and it helps with a lot of things, including safely picking up pieces of dust and dirt from the dial and hands. For this build, I chose this cool looking titanium watch case. Titanium is lighter than stainless steel, but less scratch resistant. So in theory, this watch should be more comfortable to wear and show signs of use relatively quickly. I opened it up using this case back opener, but I'm being extra careful not to slip and scratch the case back. I need to put the case back gasket, which is this black rubber thing right here, into some silicone grease. This helps both clean the gasket and get some grease on it, which in turn allows the watch to repel liquids and dust. By the way, if this video is entertaining or is helping you learn something new, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. This is the best way to support this channel, so I really appreciate it. After cleaning the sapphire crystal on the watch case and removing the temporary stem, it's time to put the movement inside. This is an opportunity to get a sneak peek of what the watch will look like once finished. This is the winding stem. It's used to wind the watch as well as set the time. More so the latter, as this watch is an automatic, so in theory it doesn't need manual winding because the rotor attached to the movement will do the job. Let's go back to the stem, which goes into the crown that we removed from the case earlier. I push it into the case barrel and then into the movement. It's too long as it is right now, so I need to cut off some of it. This caliper will help me figure out how much I need to cut. After measuring and removing the stem from the case and crown, I can sit it down and mark the part that I need to cut. I cut it using pliers. Normally I need to file it, but I haven't done so in my previous builds and it worked just fine. I only do so if I'm unable to screw in the crown, but for the most part it goes in easily. The first test fit wasn't successful, just slightly out of alignment. No problem though, I just need to remove the stem from the case and then detach it from the crown and cut an extra bit. Now that the crown screws all the way into the case barrel, I can remove it again and apply a bit of Loctite. What this does is adhere the crown to the stem without permanently locking it. This way we can go back and replace the crown or stem if needed. Remember that gasket that we put in silicone grease earlier? Let's get that out of the grease box and into the case. I can then install the case back and tighten it using the case back opener tool. Someone recommended using a piece of plastic to protect the case back against scratches. It's a good tip, but I didn't think of it here. Here is the watch in its final form, and I'm in love. The dial is simple and legible, while also having some nice design cues, such as the yellow GMT indication, that matches the yellow tip on the GMT hand. The matching nylon strap you see here, I had laying around, and I thought of using it with this watch. And what a beautiful coincidence. The titanium case gives the watch this industrial tool watch vibe, while keeping it very light and simple. The 4 o'clock crown is a refreshing design cue. There are so many strap options to pair with this watch. I have tried it with other nylon and fitted rubber straps. So sky is the limit on combinations to wear this watch. I really love this hobby and I really enjoy building these watches. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. You can also check out some of my other watch builds here. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.